would you say you've made all these preparations? Yvette Cooper, the Home Secretary now, talked about it a lot in opposition. So when will it happen?
Yes, the United States does tell us in advance of activity like this. The Prime Minister will be talking to all of our international allies today, and there'll be a continuation of the work that has been going on across government all week.
You did specifically know about this?
We did know this was happening, yes. I mean, we are close allies. You would expect, I think, that level of communication. But
to the UK and go back to the negotiating table where so plainly they haven't listened recently.
The first thing I want to say is, Laura, there'll be people at home watching. I know they'll be nervous. They'll say, what does this mean for them? And I want them to know that although the UK has not been involved in this military action, we have been preparing all week for all eventualities, including keeping British nationals safe and getting them to safety.
Table to do what? To say what? I mean, we heard from the Iranian ambassador, it sounds like there's almost no chance that they've got any interest in it. But do you welcome then America's action? Was it the right thing to do?
Look, we wanted a diplomatic, peaceful means to
Well, and you said that, but do you welcome these attacks? Was it the right thing to do?
But look, I wanted a different way to obtain this, but I cannot pretend to you that the prevention of Iran having a nuclear weapon is anything other than in the interests of this country. The outcome, it isn't the means by which anyone in the British government would have wanted to see this occur. We wanted a peaceful diplomatic solution, as I believe this country should always want in every situation.
But if that option was not available, as America concluded that option was not their chosen path, it was okay then, by the UK government's view, for America to drop bombs on Iran. Was it legal?
It's where we are today. There's no point
but people at
looking
home
at those different actions.
But people at home will want to know. There is such a troubled history in this region, particularly in your party. People have very long memories and still a lot of upset about how the British government, a former Labour government, took action in the Middle East, and everybody knows what we're talking about. We're talking about the question of the legal or not legal invasion of Iraq. Now, we're not wanting to go over that, but this is why people really will want to know. Does the British government think that it was legal for America to drop bombs on Iran?
The question of legality, because the British government, the British armed forces were not involved, that is how we would assess that. I cannot speak for the American position on this because I wouldn't have access to all the information that they took this decision upon. But
who, astonishingly, I think to most people's mind, managed to break into an RAF base at a time like this, with all the security risks around the world. I mean, here are the pictures of the fence.
Iran and the Iranian regime, because of their behaviour in the region, because of the risk that poses, and because of the risk and the activities they undergo in relation to this country, we couldn't allow them to have a nuclear weapon or nuclear facility. And I don't think that's in doubt. I don't think anyone is really saying that was not the Iranian objective behind this. This was about how we de-escalate the situation. Iran didn't listen to the calls for a diplomatic, peaceful solution. That was a mistake. They should return to the negotiating table, and our focus now should be on de-escalation and stability.
But then will you prescribe or ban the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC? You promised to do that in opposition. The Home Secretary said that there'll be